Warm welcome, a very warm welcome to all of you here. We are so happy to have you this afternoon, this morning, this evening, wherever you are in the world. You could be busy doing other things, but you chose to be here, so we truly appreciate that. You are in for a treat with our presentation by Dr. Derek. Okay. We are the Caribbean of Unpassive co-founders, and we really want you to enjoy this session. We're gonna have some different presenters speak today, and you're gonna have a wonderful time. So first, today is Sunday, January 9, 2022. And we're going to talk about this wonderful business we all are part of called ONPASSIVE. And so we welcome you. We wish you the best. And we're going to start the program. We're going to start the program with a beautiful song that represents a lot about what we Unpassive believe. And then we're gonna go with, I will just talk just for like 2 minutes in Creole after the song, and then Teresa and Teresa will present our English presenter. Okay. if you just give me just a minute, I just want to address my my Haitian population out there. I'm going to say just a couple of words in Creole about unpassive, and then we'll go to Teresa, and Teresa will introduce our main speaker for this presentation. All right. OK. Mesdames et messieurs, haïtiens, frères, haïtiens, frères et sœurs de Yowa, OK? Besoin de nous que présentation en passive, OK? Je besoin de parler d'on passive parce que moi-même, moi la donne depuis 1 an. Et depuis me la donne, non, vraiment, vous comprenez, c'est plus belle bagaille que me la donne. All right? Mes raisons, yo, on va simplement voir quelques raisons, OK? Raison yo, c'est que ou non communauté globale, OK? Ou rencontrer monde dans tout le monde entier, OK? Très important, faire amis avec eux, yo aider, ouais, c'est parce que compagnie sont compagnie globale, all right? Nous gagnons l'entrée comme fondateur, OK? Ou a gagné pour business par, yo pral créer business pour et business ça, c'est eux même qui pral faire tout travail là gain pour faire pour fort réussir dans business ça. Ça c'est deuxième. Troisièmement, on va faire suffit comme dans business ça pour créer une dynastie familiale. OK? Ça veut dire que là même au pas là encore comme la passé by petit tout business nan wap ka passer par petit tout et yo même y a vivre très bientôt. OK? Le fini la bonne liberté financière et que liberté ça a temps pour faire petit bagay qu'on te toujours envie faire dans vie. OK? Et moi-même, une bagay que m'envie faire dans vie, c'est pour me lever Haïti à terre, pour me faire Haïti vinn prospérité. So, j'ai besoin pour venir rencontrer, pour nous joindre, mais avec moi pour m'aider à faire ça arriver. All right? Et puis, prix business là, son prix qui est très bas, que presque tout le monde dans le monde entier font un petit effort pour rentrer dans le business là. OK? Monsieur Derrick pour aller des détails sur ça. OK? Et monsieur qui est en charge de compagnie, ça, relé H. Mofaré. Et monsieur ça, son monsieur qui livré pour créer beaucoup de modes intéressants dans le monde entier qui pour aider le monde. OK? C'est peut-être ça, il dit lui-même pour compte parler, même si que le riche, pour compte parler, il n'est pas capable d'aider tout le monde, mais s'il aide 1 million de monde pour venir riche, yo même monde ça yo capable d'aller aider l'autre peuple. So, c'est ça que je devrais dire nous au commencement de meeting de façon que pour nous capable tourner évidemment des questions à la fin. OK, c'est tout pour le moment. That's all for now. And I am now going to pass it to Teresa and Teresa. Teresa join us from, all right. 1 second. Teresa is retired now and she lives in Toronto, Canada. She has been an entrepreneur since she was 15 years old. She has been looking for a better life for herself and her family. Now with Unpassive, she has found it, and she has a plan also to help out all the Caribbean islands, especially in times of disaster. So she wants to do a lot for that. She's part of the group that studied the Caribbean recovery team. Her daughter Teresa is the second voice that you will hear when they speak. They will now welcome Dr. Derrick to the platform.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you all for being here. What I want to say about Dr. Derrick, first of all, we love him dearly. He is one of the people in Unpassive who models the people helping people aspect of Unpassive. He relates to us, the ones like me who know very little about tech, by helping in a patient fashion. Derek comes to us after 12 years in the military. He has always liked technology since he was a small boy. He was born in Jamaica and now he resides in Orlando, Florida. Please welcome our own Dr. Derek Clark.
Peace and blessings, everyone. Peace, blessings, and enough love to every single one that is on this webinar at this time. Thank you very much, Aberdeen. We'll appreciate that, that insight. Don't know exactly what you say, but it must be good, because I didn't hear my friend Janice make any sound. So I know it was okay because she also speaks Creole. So I guess it's all right. And thank you very much, Teresa and Teriska. Love you both also and love everyone that is here. This is one of the first place in life that I tell man or woman that I love them because, you know, in Jamaica that don't work. So, sorry to say, in Jamaica that doesn't work. You know, tell man that you love them in Jamaica, that don't work. All right, so you know it's nice that here, when you are here in Unpassive, it doesn't matter. We are one big, happy, loving family, and so we just treat each and every one that way as far as physically possible. And we are going to go into the presentation, and it is mostly geared towards the guests, but there are some potent information that you as founders, I hope will find it necessary to listen to. So when I was growing, everybody, you know, especially my father would say, get a good education and, you know, and get a job and of course, make some money. But in my life, I recognize that, you know, that wasn't the way, because my dad could not pass on what he did to me, because he was a sales rep for an insurance company. We couldn't come into the house with less than 90% in whatever subject that we have at school. And so I used to get a lot of beating, you know, so, you know, that was how I was grown. But then you know, after becoming an adult and I'm in the military and so on, then I was privy to read this book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and another book, Cash Flow Quadrant by Robert Kiyosaki. And this man changed my mindset, because every person on the planet have a certain mindset. And one of the mindset that all of us have is the job mindset. And so with the job mindset, it is a different mindset that you have in respective to where being a business person is concerned. Look at the owner for Amazon, Yuan. Now, he was the vice president for a company, and he left that lovely, cushy job, and he went and started Amazon in his garage. And look where Amazon is today. So definitely, it takes a different mindset to leave the job and to get over into the business aspect. And so there are only four ways to produce an income in this life. Only four ways. So on the left-hand side of the quadrant, and quadrant is 4. Only 4 ways to produce income. The linear income, that is on the left-hand side, and of course, leveraged or passive income on the right-hand side. And so let us first look at the linear income. And this is where the majority of people are. The majority of people is an employee. Have a job. And having a job, it really means that you are just over broke. And it doesn't matter what job you have. Even if you are getting a 6-figure income in that job, you are still just over broke. Because if you have a 6-figure income, you are going to live a 7-figure income lifestyle. And that's also where most people live. If they get $5,000 a week, they're going to live a $7,000 life. That is just how people are in general. And so you find that people are still broke. It doesn't matter what job income you will get. There is no leverage here, and only 5% of people that are employee becomes wealthy. Only 5%. So the 95% of people who have a job, there's no hope for you to become wealthy. No hope. Because active work determines your income. And there's only so much hours per day you can work. Even though I know people that have 3 jobs, I don't know how they do that, but people have 3 jobs and a few have 4 jobs. Don't really know how that is done. But what you are doing as a person who is an employee, you are trading time for money. That's all we're doing when we have a job. We are just trading time for money. And so it's very difficult to become wealthy. And as I said earlier, statistics show that it is 5% of people that becomes wealthy. And so we go to the next linear income, and that is self-employed. Self-employed, yes, you're working for yourself. So you don't have a boss over your head telling you what to do or what not to do. So that's the only advantage I guess you have. But is actually, when you are self-employed, it just means that you own your own job. You own your job, so to speak. And so there's still no leverage here. And 95% of the population try to at some point do a little self-employment with, and some people complement that with their job. And so the same thing you are doing, you are just actively working for money. So you're still trading time for money. So there's no much difference between the two. But let us go over to the leverage side. This is where you are a business owner. You own a system. Now, a system is different from you have one little restaurant. One little restaurant on the corner is still self-employed because there's no leveraging. You have to push up that shutter. You have to open that dressmaking liquor shop, or you have to open that tailor shop, or you have to open that ice cream truck and drive it out and get the liquor supplies and go and sell it. So that is still self-employed. But a business owner is someone like McDonald's. They own a system. Chick-fil-A own a system. Warren Buffett own a system. Bill Gates own a system. And so when you own a system, that is where people start to get wealthy, because the efforts that they put in is not depending on the income, right? So they can get income without putting in any additional effort. And so what you are doing here is you are leveraging people for money. And that might sound bad, but yes, that's really how to start your way in getting wealthy, is letting people work for you. And this is the case that we are also looking at with Unpassive, because Unpassive is going to work for every one of us, which means the people in Hyderabad. And so the next and last way to leverage income or to get an income is either by investment, being an investor, or you are a founder. And so you own the business that you are doing. And so you're leveraging your money, where 5% of the population, this is where 5% of the population are, only 5%. We're talking about 7 or 8 billion people on the planet. So 5% of 8 billion people is just a drop in the bucket that is really wealthy. Because why? They are either investing their money or they are founders for a company. And so what they are doing is actually trading money for more money, right? You're trading money for more money. And so that is where a small percentage of people are in our society today. But this is the way to really be wealthy. And so money works for you. So we're going to show you exactly how money is going to work for you, because it's a different mindset, as I said, in respective to where the job or business is concerned. Because when you read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, the two different dad is actually communicating with the Robert Kiyosaki when he was a little young boy, so to speak. So the rich dad and the poor dad is really talking to him. So the poor dad would say to him that the love of money is the root of all evil. But the rich dad will say to him, and this is actually his friend's dad. So his rich dad will say the lack of money is the cause of evil. The poor dad would say, I can't afford it. And that's what most poor people say. Oh, I can't afford it. Buy a Lamborghini. No, I can't afford it. No, I can't afford it. Can't afford a Lamborghini. No, I can't afford a Bentley. No, I can't afford a 5-bedroom house right now. No, but the rich dad would say, how can I afford it? That's the difference in mindset. The poor dad says, study hard so you can find a job. The rich dad would say, study hard so you can buy a business. The poor dad would say, the reason I am not rich is because of my kids. Even blaming people why he's not rich. But the rich dad would say, I need to be rich for my kids. That's the difference in the mindset. The poor dad would say, don't take any risk. Don't take risk. But the rich dad would say, learn to manage your risk. The poor dad would say, find a job. The rich dad would say, buy a business. The poor dad would say, not interested in money. I don't know why anyone would say they're not interested in money. But the rich dad would say, money gives power. And definitely, the poor dad would say, work for money. And the rich dad, of course, would say, learn how money can work for you. And so right now, we are going to look at Unpassive to show you how you're going to make your little money works for you. And that is by one of our founders and our only CEO, which is Ash Mafari, which is allowing you and I to become a founder of Unpassive and a founder of your own business. Whatever you want your business to name, that is what it will name. And so Ash Mafari, our CEO and founder of this wonderful business, is giving us the opportunity of becoming a founder. So what does it mean to be a founder? Very, very important. A founder is a person who starts their own company. They are the ones who come up with the business idea and act on it. And of course, Jeff Bezos, of Amazon, is the first person that come to mind. And so your own personal website built by Unpassive, that is what is going to happen. Your own business, your own website, because it's mostly a digital company, that is going to be for you. And so your business is not going to name unpassive.com/Armadine. No, that's not what your business is going to, but that's what other company who has affiliate marketing and network marketing and all of those type of marketing, that is what they offer you. The name of the company slash and your name or whatever you want the company to name. So no, this is not Unpassive. Unpassive is not doing that. What Unpassive is going to do is whatever you want your company to name, it is going to name just that, .com, or whatever you want it to name, Armadine.com, or if you want it, or if you want it to name radaraman.com, or if you want it to name lilylane.com, or if you want it to name roslyn.com, or if you want it to name willydigital.com, whatever you want your business to name, because you are the founder of that business. That is the mindset that you and I need to have. You are, what Unpassive is going to do for us is that they are telling us that you are the founder of whatever you choose to name your company. Therefore, you are going to have your own unique personal website. Founders virtual office. Founders will do beta testing for all our products. Founders will be a part of this unicorn company. We'll talk a little bit more about that. Founders earn residual income for life. Founders business built automatically with targeted traffic, 100% hands-free. And of course, founders will also be automatically customers and resellers, because yes, we are all also, as founders, we are resellers, because the only way a business is 100% legal, one of the ways is that you need to be selling a product or you need to be selling a service. Those are the two legal business in that we know of in the world. And that is one of the reasons why a company is legal, because we are selling a product or we are selling a service. And after global launch, no more founders position will be available. And I heard our CEO said in our last webinar with him that he has a date in mind. He has a date in mind to cut off all founders positions. So Unpassive is an online company that provides a fair and equal opportunity, tools, and strategy for people to earn passive income online for life. What does passive income means? It means you do something one time. Check out Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson sing Thriller, that Thriller album back in the 90s. And that Thriller album is still making money today. Still making money today. So that is what it means by passive income. You do something one time and you are getting paid upon it over and over and over again. Let us talk a little bit about this wonderful man. Ash Mufari is a man with a vision for the future, a selfless person who thinks less about himself and more about people who are struggling to make a stand on their own to lead a prosperous life. The result is Unpassive, an AI-driven automated platform providing the much-needed business solution. And the best part is that, of course, it is hands-free. Mr. Ash Mufari attended the American Intercontinental University, and he gained his master's degrees there in information technology and e-commerce. It is at this time he understands how the internet has the potential to change the world. Because yes, some people use it for bad, but of course, Ash Mufari is using it for good. What are the products? What are the products? Well, products are already out there. If you use Udacity, which is an e-learning platform, then yes, of course, our Academy will be what will be there for e-learning. GoFundMe is what is mostly used right now for a crowdfunding platform. Bless will be the product that we will be producing for that purpose. And you have Shop, you have Staff, just like Bamboo HR. You have Mail, which will be like Yahoo or Gmail or AOL. You have Connect, which is like Zoom. You have QuickBooks, which is like Counting. All of these products are already out there, delivering what it is delivering. But of course, our products is going to be far superior than that is out there. And one of the reasons our products are far superior is because of artificial intelligence and machine learning, fully integrated into all our products. Because yes, all our products are built from the ground up. So just like how you have Screencast-O-Matic for capturing video or such the likes, pictures, you have Capture that will capture anything you want to capture that is on your screen. For instance, you want to capture a video and put it on your desktop, then Capture will be the one to use. A lot of people would like to edit videos and would like to edit pictures, but the things that are out there right now are very costly. And so Audit will be something that we'll be able to use to do that. And so are our products viable? And of course, our products are very, very viable, because right now, our as we can see out there on the market, the products that people are using right now is bringing in billions and billions of dollars. Right now, we're talking about $500,000 billion, $500,000 billion, $500 billion, if you please. And I don't think any one of us have ever seen $500 billion to even count $500 billion. And so like social media, which will be our own net, we're talking about $4 billion industry. So of course, our products are viable and they are proprietary products. We have the full rights. We don't borrow anything from anyone. We don't get any third-party thing from anyone. And so everything from Unpassive is built from the ground up. So what's the difference then? What makes Unpassive different or unique? One, security. Unpassive, a leading artificial intelligence software development company, offers highly secure AI-driven automation products, tools, and applications with an emphasis to govern your data automation. Two, automation. And Unpassive AI offers automation and enterprise software solution that streamline your business process with a focus on improved results. Three, reliability. Unpassive software consulting and development company is a community of approximately 1.1 million invested in building futuristic applications and technological solutions. Four, organic. It means that we are building these products from the ground up. Five, artificial intelligence, machine learning. Six, cost effective, meaning that all our products will be falling under one cost. So unlike other products, you have to purchase your e-learning separate than you have to purchase your web domain name. or you have to purchase separately your crowdfunding. All of these is different costs. Well, all our products is going to be cost effective, one low cost, and then everything under one umbrella. And of course, everything communicates with each other. Currently, we are in pre-launch and founders beta testing. The next will be semi-launch, our founders launch, which we are going to go further into beta testing. And then finally, our official global launch into the public once the Unpassive tech team and legal team gives the green light. So let me just emphasize that. When Unpassive is going to start, when our tech team and legal team gives the green light. We talked about earlier, unicorn company. Unpassive is already a unicorn company, and it is going to be a unicorn company just about after launch, global launch, because that is when it will be recognized. So let us look at why or what a unicorn company really is. In business, a unicorn company is privately held startup company valued at over $1 billion. The term was first popularized in 2013 by venture capitalist Alan Lee. And so this is really what a unicorn company is. From once your company is valued over $1 billion, thumbs up, you are already a unicorn company. And so let us look at a few unicorn companies that is already existing in the market. You have InterSwitch, and they took 17 years to value at 1 billion or over 1 billion. We have OPay, which took 3 years to value over $1 billion. We have IBM. IBM took 79 years. Can you imagine? To value at $1 billion. Disney took about 69 years to value at that 1 billion in 1992. Company like Microsoft took 15 years to value at that $1 billion. All right. And Apple took 14 years to value at that $1 billion in 1990. Netflix took 10 years. And of course, Facebook took 14 years. So what is the difference between a public company and a private company? A public company is a company that has sold all or a portion of itself to a public via an initial public offering. Initial public offering is like the stock market. You just trade on the stock market. A private company is owned by companies' founders, and that is what Unpassive is offering you. Let us look at an example quickly. Apple, 3 founders, only 3 founders, and in 1976, when Apple launched, Apple went also public, which means they traded on the stock market. So if you purchase Apple in 1976 with $1,000, you would have to, of course, have $1,000 to invest in this Apple that you know nothing of. It just came about. It's not that you have the information today about Apple then. We're talking about Apple just launched 1976. You have to risk at least $1,000, and by 1980, so 4 years after, if you leave that $1,000 inside of that investment that you invested on the stock market, then your stock would have worked in 1980 $430,000. So you see how long you'd have to leave that $1,000 in there. Okay, there was about 300 millionaires that Apple broke in that time So let us look at some public owned company. And of course, Apple is publicly owned because they trade on the stock market. Bank of America, Samsung, Toyota, to name a few. Private companies, a company like Public Supermarket, Wawa, gas station, Bosch, etc. These are private companies. And of course, Unpassive, sorry. Unpassive is also a privately owned company, not traded on the stock market, have no intentions of trading on the stock market. So it will be privately owned by our founding members. And so we're talking about over 1.1 million founders that saw the vision with Ash and to restore humanity to our society. And so that is where we are right now. Unpassive and its CEO has the love for humanity, which is related to the acronym CATMO. The 5 pillars of Unpassive, which is CATMO, C-A-T-M-O. C, complete digital solution software products are linked to serve customers' individual needs. All products are on a secure site, offers a high value at a fair price. A, artificial intelligence and automation. We are an artificial intelligence information software technology company and machine learning technology working 24/7. T, targeted traffic, very important, runs for you, bringing you new business and new customers. M, money, more money, and much more money in each founder's wallet, growing a residual income from a global patented pay plan. So we don't know the pay plan because it is patented for security reasons. And of course, O, Unpassive, our precious business with a heart. It is a privilege and a blessing to be a founding member in this business or any business. You notice any business, how many founders they have? Very few, handful, most cases. Why? Because a founder of a company is a prestigious position to have. Founder, very prestigious. Therefore, Unpassive will do everything for you. And this is the crux of the matter. Using an never before seen software products, Unpassive will build your internet business for you. You don't have to be tech savvy. Ash Mafare is creating both a business for you and also the software products to be sold on your website. You don't have to do anything as it relates to the business. Unpassive is using artificial intelligence to do all the work and then pay you residual income, forcing you to succeed. Is Unpassive legal? Yes. Why is Unpassive legal? Because it is registered. Registered in the US of A with the Better Business Bureau, and also registered in Florida with sunbiz.org, because that is where the head office is located. And that is another reason for the legality. Unpassive is a legal American-based company that begins in 2018. So from 2018 until now, over 3 years, do you think if it was illegal, you don't think the federal government of the United States would have clamped down on it, just like how they did with Madoff back in the 1900s? It lasted about 2 years. 2 years, Madoff. And with about, I think they had about 23,000 investors in that Madoff scam thing that that Madoff did in the 1900s. And the FBI, bam, clamped down on it. So if Unpassive was illegal, you know, think the federal government of the United States would have clamped down on them already? Yes, they would have. And so obviously, without a doubt, Unpassive is legal. Operational headquarters, which is 5-story, which is our product development and customer support, that is in Hyderabad, India, and it's also registered in Hyderabad, India. Recently, a 2-story building in Bangladesh and a building in Singapore with over 800 staff members, on which they are getting paid, whether weekly or monthly or however they get paid. This is Google Map and evidence of the legality and the physical structure of our buildings. This one is in Orlando, and of course, this one is in Hyderabad, Tech City in India. And this one is in Bangladesh. How much does Unpassive cost? What's the cost? Well, let us look at some cost of business to start with. A small little barbershop franchise in the US, we're talking about $120,000 US. That is what a small barbershop business franchise costs. If you want a little food truck, we're talking about anywhere from 75,000 US to 150,000 US dollars. Work that out in your neck of the woods. If you're talking about a food franchise, then we're talking about millions for a food franchise. All right, watch this now. Let us just look at, you just want to register a business, just any business, any little business you're going to do in your garage. All right, you don't have a truck to do, you don't have, you're not going to get into a franchise. Let us look at just registering a business so that you can be legal to operate in the US. We're talking about $720 just to register with a LLC, the cheapest one, which is a LLC. So to register as a LLC, we're talking about $720 US. Okay? All right. And so therefore, what Ashmafara, a man with a heart, what he's talking about, he's not talking about millions. He's not talking about 50,000 US or 100,000 US. We're not talking even about the registration to register a business in the US, which is $720. No, we're talking about 97 US dollars to become a founder, one of the most prestigious position that any business have, not the president. Yes, we might think is the president of the business, but the most prestigious position in any business is the founder of that business. Who founded the business? Very prestigious position. And to become a founder, we're talking about 97 US dollars. We recommend that you use the card option as you get activated immediately. And then that is one time out of pocket and another one time out of pocket to let Unpassive start to work for you. And that is when we go to global launch, approximately $250 to activate your account and to let Unpassive start to work for you. It's just coming like, you know, you're going to have a franchise, a McDonald's franchise, you pay $1.2 million. And you don't have to flip the burger. You don't have to cash the register. And no, you employ people to do all of that. And so you are employing Ash and Unpassive to do all of those heavy lifting in the business for you. So Unpassive is a unicorn company, and it will be a unicorn company less than a year after it launched. Because if we talk about 250 or $300, 250 times a million, we're talking about 250 million. So 250 million times 4 months, we're talking about over $1 billion within 4 months of the business, valuing the business as a unicorn company just after they start. And so that is very, very important. And so as a business, we are looking at one of the components which we are going to have shortly, which we are now working on, is a data center. What is a data center? First, let us look at what is in the data center, because this is what is in the data center. It's series and series of servers. What is a server? A server is something that looks like your desktop CPU turned on the side. And so one of those server, we're talking about roughly $1 million for one server. And of course, a rack of server, we're talking about maybe 10 to 12 racks in the, server in the racks. And in the data room, we're talking about a lot of racks in the room. And a data center, we're talking about a whole lot of racks in that data center. And then this one is actually Facebook data center that they have, so it's a lot of money to really have a data center. And so customers, every business need customers. A customer will start, as customer Unpassive will start with over 1 million customers, because all founders are also customers, paying that approximately 250 thereabout. Unpassive unique patented pay plan. We all get paid in real time. So it's not like weekly or fortnightly or monthly. All of that is job. No, as you make money, you see the money in your own wallet, basically. As somebody purchase old Connect, bam, that money is in your wallet right there for you to draw from your wallet. Once the founders launch, Unpassive will run massive marketing campaign, which means you will see Unpassive on your TV, in the newspaper, everywhere. Unpassive give you generational wealth, residual income, AI sales funnel, AI landing pages, AI autoresponders, AI customer service, and much more. Everything that you need to run a business. That is what Unpassive is going to do for us. So therefore, Unpassive is the correction to the corruption. Unpassive is the correction to the corruption. Why? Because it is very difficult to make money online. It is very difficult to get a genuine business online where you can really make some money, earn some money. And so Unpassive is going to correct all of that. So all the weeping children and the hungry mothers and the hungry fathers and the disenfranchised people, all of those will be corrected with Unpassive. And so, therefore, get back with the person who invited you to see this presentation and ask them for their link for you to become a founder with Unpassive. Thank you very much.
Wow, wow, wow. Bravo, bravo. I'm sitting here thinking how blessed I am to be here listening to this presentation, from beginning to end, and the way that the doctor breaks it down, and all the, let's say one thing we love about Dr. Derek's presentation. And I'll start with mine. The emphasis he puts on, you know, on the different areas. So while you are listening, you hear that, he repeats it, he asks the question, he answers. That's the biggest part for me. Teresa, come on down.
I really appreciate Dr. Derek taking the time to talk about two things. One is the mindset that we need to have as we come into Unpassive, because here's a man taking his heart, and it's not personal how he does his love, but he gives so that the world could be a better place. So that mindset that Ashmu Farah wants to be sticky for every founder, that piece I really appreciate. And then the other piece is the valuable position of being a founder. If we don't understand how valuable this position is, we will miss out on what this vision really is. Thank you so much for hearing me. So those two things really work for me.
Thank you, Teresa. All right. Shall we go? We're gonna go to Lily. Lily, yeah, I know you enjoyed that. You enjoyed that. Every time after his presentation, I'm ready to just get another account, because you know it's just so much clearer every time.
That is the way I feel, the same thing. And I agree with all of the ones that have already talked about the things. And I could stay here and talk about everything he did. In addition to,
please do talk for a good while. That's good.
In addition to what you all said, the comparison and how he showed us that ONPASSIVE have moved much faster than some of the companies that he shared with us. That really got me. And another thing I like about it is the fact that I'm visual. And when you show me and I can see something, that helps me a lot. So I like the visuals that he did. So I'm gonna let somebody else talk. I love it. I love it.
Everyone, we are so pleased, so appreciative of you being here with us, participating today in this HaitiLove and Caribbean meeting.